I'm not gonna lie to y'all, the month of April was really tough for me. I haven't had a month that bad in a very, very long time, probably since last year. I had a good money coming in, had pretty good revenue numbers, but the expenses is what killed me this month. I had to replace 2 steer tires, so both my steer tires I had to replace them, and we all know those are not cheap tires, especially the ones I run. I run the affordable ones, the Yokohama, the 16 plat, but even those, I mean, the prices, you can still go pretty high up. And I had to fix the trailer. The floor of my trailer was cracking, it was breaking, and it was 2 planks about 10 feet long, so I had to fix that. I ended up doing the repairs myself so I can try to save some money, and it still ended up being a little over $500 for that. And I had to replace one of the trailer tires. So tire maintenance is one of the most annoying type of expenses that I have, just because how they wear. You know, you're gonna have like little tiny sections that start going bald, and the rest of the thread, it's fine. It's annoying, it pisses me off, because how is it possible that this little tiny section on my steer tire is going bald, and then you still got a whole bunch of thread left on it? So now I gotta replace the tire, and then you run into, well, if you replace one, you gotta replace both tires, or they're just gonna wear off uneven. So I ended up putting one of the tires in the trailer, and so I ended up having to buy another trailer tire, so 2 trailer tires and 2 steer tires that I had to fix. But tire maintenance is one of the most annoying ones. But that's gonna be, as far as my extra expenses for the month, that's what it was that killed my profit margins. But now let's get into the numbers, see what everything else looked like. Currently here in Nampa, Idaho, fixing to get loaded. I gotta go to Hastings, Nebraska. Let's go check in. Just got loaded. Let's see what we're working with. Bunch of rubber hoses. Might have to slide my tandem back so I can push all the way forward. Hardly ever load me up all the way to the end, so I might have a little bit too much weight on the back tandem. I think the paperwork said it should weigh around 27,000 pounds. I'm gonna bring it back a few notches. So this is the route that I'm gonna be taking. You know, it's a pretty easy route. I'm gonna be going through I-84 all the way till I get to Salt Lake City. Then I'm gonna get on I-80, and that's just gonna be a straight shot over here. All this area is not too bad with mountains. Wyoming, it's a little bit bad, not horrible, this area. But after Cheyenne, it's just flat roads all the way to my destination. I have 1,108 miles to go. Alright guys, so we're going to kick it off with the truck and trailer repairs / maintenance. So like I said, I had to replace both my steer tires, and that cost me a little over $1,200 for the tires and mount and balance. And for my trailer repairs, I had the floor and trailer tire, and that cost me $568 for my trailer repair. So total, I mean, you're looking at over close to $1,800, you know, of extra expense, maintenance that, I mean, it is necessary, but not really, because like I said, like the tires were still good. I'm gonna see if I can post some pictures to show y'all. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the truck and trailer repairs maintenance. I had no additional expenses this month besides those. As far as the fuel breakdown, I had an average miles per gallon of 7.46 mpgs for my truck, 2016 Fairlane Cascadia, which is pretty good. You know, last month I had below 7 mpgs. Now I'm almost to 7.5, which is amazing. The average cost per mile was 0.51 cents. So that's how much it costs to run the truck 1 mile. It costs 50 cents to run the truck 1 mile. The average cost per gallon, so throughout the entire month, once I divided every time I filled up, whether I was in California, Pennsylvania, Texas, the average cost, once I added all up and divided, I paid $3.54 per gallon on all of it throughout the entire month. The US average cost per gallon was $4. So that's the average across the nation was $4. So I always tried to beat the US average, and I almost beat it by 50 cents, which is pretty good. So total fuel savings is $449.19, which I use RTS and mudflap. I use a combination. I recently been using mudflap a lot more because mudflap, it used to have a lot of local shops like the Casey's, Sabros. They're not local, but they're more regional based. And now they're starting to introduce the TAs and Petros onto the mudflap, and they get some pretty big discounts on there. I'm honestly surprised on like 50 to like 70 cents, depending where you're at. Sometimes they don't go that high. Sometimes just like 10, 15 cents. But I mean, if I can catch it where I can save at least 50 cents at a TA, I'm going there. And RTS, I love RTS. One of the bigger truck stops that they have is the Flying J and Pilots, and sometimes I get good discounts there, but not all the time. So that is going to be it for the fuel breakdown. Now we're going to move on to the miles breakdown. So the total miles that I ran for the month of April is 9,873. I was trying to break 10,000 miles for the month, but I was a little bit shy of that. The deadhead miles is 1,722. So that comes out to be roughly right under 6% of the total miles of my deadhead. So the total revenue for the month is $23,090. So that is the revenue. The total cost per mile is $1.66. So the cost per mile is what it costs to run the business, all the fuel, all the expenses, everything. So that means that if I booked the load under $1.66 per mile, I'm losing money. That's basically, I'm running it not even for free. I'm actually running the load. I'm paying them to run the load. That's basically what it comes down to. The cost per mile. The profit per mile was 0.67 cents, which is pretty low compared to last month. But again, I did have more expenses this month. That's why the profit is way less than last month. So the gross per mile is it's $2.34, which is really good compared to the market conditions. I think last month it was right around $2. Now I'm like 30 cents more than I was last month. So that's pretty good. $2.34 compared to the market. I mean, right now you try to go on the load board and good luck trying to find anything that pays over $2 per mile. So that goes for the miles breakdown. So now we're going to get into the profit and loss statement. If you're interested in seeing the whole breakdown, I'm going to leave a link to my website where I have everything that I'm talking about. It's going to be posted on my website. All the details of everything that I'm talking about. The profit and loss statement is going to be on there. So, like I said, the total income, the total revenue was $23,090, and that was for the revenue. So now we're going to get into the expenses. So the carrier I'm with, they charged me $2,742 to be leased onto them, which they take a 12% carrier fee. And next we have bank fees and service charges, which comes out to $8.50. Next we have DOT inspection fine. I got a I got a DOT inspection fine from the company I leased onto because I failed one of my inspections, and they charged me $300. So that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Next, we have total fuel. I spent $6,235 with 73 cents, and that's broken down into the truck fuel. I spent 6,110, and the DEF I spent 125, which is kind of low, honestly. I thought it'd be more than 125 for the month for DEF. But next we have total general business expenses, which includes memberships and subscription. So anything that I'm subscribed to that pertains to the business, like QuickBooks or any type of little subscription that I have, it's included in there. Total insurance is $1,533. So that is breaking down into bobtail liability insurance, $391, cargo insurance, $1,000, occupational insurance, $140. Total office expenses, $68.97. Total rental and repairs. Total rent and leases. So I do rent my trailer, so I paid $1,200 to rent the trailer from the carrier I'm with. Total repairs and maintenance came out to be a little shy of $1,800, like I talked about it before. So that included the tires and the trailer repairs, all that stuff. Total tolls and parking. I paid $461 for tolls, and I paid no parking. It's very rare they have to pay for parking. Sometimes I do, but this month I didn't have to pay for any parking. Next we have total utilities, which is $260, which I pay my ELD $60, internet and TV services $69, which is my little hotspot, and my phone service $131 with 85 cents. And that is going to be it for my expenses. So that leaves me a net operating income, which is my profits, of $8,197. But I do have one more expense that it doesn't show up on my profit and loss statement, which is my truck payment. So after getting my net income of $8,197, subtract my truck payment, which I pay $1,523 per month, that leaves me with a final profit of $6,674. $6,674. Let me divide it real quick. 6,674 divided by 4. It comes out to be 1,668. That's if that's how much I would have gone paid per week if I was like a company driver or something like that. But I mean, that I try to shoot for like around 10,000. I mean, I know it can be very hard, but 8,000 at the very minimum, 10,000, where I feel more comfortable. Right now, I didn't even make 7,000 for my profit margins. And then from that, I still have to pay myself. I got personal bills, like, all that stuff. So by the time that I add it all up, I don't even think I made any money for this month. I actually think I went into the red once I take everything into account. So that's what sucks about repairs. I mean, last month had an amazing month. This month, I'm in the red. I mean, you don't know how the following month is going to be. You got to prepare for the worst. This business, especially being an owner-operator, is very lucrative. That's why they tell you, people always say, save as much money as possible. Be smart with your money. Don't be out here blowing money every time you go to Las Vegas to pick up a load. But yeah, I mean, let me know what y'all think. How are you doing out there as an owner-operator? I know it's tough for everybody right now, but people are still winning during the current market conditions. I have what am I? So this was for April. Then we have May, June. And June is my last truck payment, and the truck will be paid off. I mean, can y'all believe that? I did this lease purchase with the company I'm with back in 2021. You know, it's been very 3 long years, a lot of ups and downs. But I mean, just imagine $1,500 extra in my pocket. I mean, Lord knows I can use that. So I'm very excited for that. Just gotta tough it out a couple more months and the truck will be all mine. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.